Hello everyone and welcome to the Video Rangers podcast. I'm Mike Spinaco. Sitting beside me is Chris Dietz.
And good afternoon, everybody! It's the Mike and the Mad Dog Show. WFA. Alright. That was terrible.
We're in delete.
That was really bad.
What's up, dog?
Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear. What's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
I know he's
Say something funny, Michael.
He's going off the air too. Hey, Mike! Hey, DFN! Mike and the Mad Dog!
Is anyone going to go to
WFA.
Francesicon this year?
No.
It's actually on my birthday.
Is it?
It might be the
Francesicon.
last Francesicon. Are you interested?
I guess I'm somewhat interested in it, yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is retirement.
He's retiring. I thought I'd just give a little.
As much as I can't really
out.
say I love Francis, I mean, I think he's been a big part of our lives.
From 1 to 6:30.
As much as I dislike,
Mike
I
and the
don't
Mad
know if I
Dog,
dislike
Mike
Francis.
Francesa.
He was way better than ESPN Radio.
Yes. Yeah, he's still.
They
lag behind
660's
a lot.
product
Not
is
that
so
I go
much
back
better
and
than-
forth, but I still enjoy the fan better.
Like, I can still listen to Francis. Like, Colin
Yes.
Cowherd is the worst.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
the worst.
Skip
You're
Bayless.
listening to the Hurt.
Skip Bayless is even worse than Colin Cowherd. It's just
No,
so yeah, I can still actually appreciate. I do hate when people want to fucking just like lick Francis's balls on the radio.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Good job.
yeah, Mike. Oh, excellent show, excellent interview.
Yeah. Oh, Mike, I'm so happy I got through the
You guys
years.
call it tough questions.
I just wanna thank you for 25 years of
Yeah.
just
I like when
Yeah.
fucking Ira from Staten Island calls.
Oh, Ira, he loves the.
I
Jets.
hate Ira, by the way.
You hate Ira.
I hate Ira.
You know what I hate the most? Mike from Montclair.
Yeah. I don't like Lisa from Whitestone.
Mike from Montclair. Mike from Montclair is
Yeah, not a fan.
Mike from Montclair is the racist that hates the Knicks, but all he does is watch the Knicks, and so he's just like.
There's a bunch of good guys, man. I like the one dude the one guy that calls in Joe and Evan all the time. And he's a huge like Met fan, but he's like such a dick. This is Harvey. It's
Harvey from
thing?
Dick Cells.
Yeah, that's it.
It's so sad that we do
So,
these people.
yeah.
All right.
And
what are we
so
watching?
we started the
Well,
show
speaking of
just
sports,
real quick.
yeah, speaking of
We have
sports.
Mike Sanikoff on the show today.
Yeah, we got guests.
We got a
Yeah.
guest, and we have our censor is Pat in the corner over here. I don't know if he's in the shot.
Pat from the
Standards and
FCC.
practices.
He may or may not be participating. We'll see.
Yeah.
He's just watching. He's
He's
we
here to
got an
advise.
audience member.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
All right. So what is the movie today?
The movie of the week is Youngblood, 1986.
Youngblood.
Which was
Young
suggested by
blood.
me.
Yes, this is Mike's pick.
Mike's pick.
This is
This is
a
a
guest
Mike's
pick.
Mike's
Yes.
pick. Rob Lowe.
I thought it was going to be the first movie that
Pat
didn't have
Swayze.
tits in it, but I was so wrong.
No, there's definitely solid tits in it.
Not much, but we.
There's a pair.
It's a pair.
pair.
A nice
Set.
pair.
Yeah.
Nice
Set.
pair.
Nice.
Full set.
Full
Yeah,
set.
full set. Good rump shot, and then we talked about how I feel like the '80s
Bigger than I thought.
really underrepresented. Underrepresented.
Yeah.
There was a lack of butts in the '80s.
Yeah.
So I feel like there was
That's all right.
No, she had good curvature.
Well, she's
I
a
think it was
model.
it was
She's a
solid
pretty girl.
butt. I mean, she's no Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe is the prettiest person in the movie.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe's his own man.
Let's get that straight.
Yeah.
He's prettier than the girl. He's a handsome fellow.
Yeah. I mean, it was a solid movie. I picked this movie because as a young kid that played hockey, I loved this movie. My favorite movie. What did I say? My favorite movie until I grew pubic hair.
Public hair?
Grew pubic hair.
You didn't say that.
Yeah. So it was.
It's a Santa Claus classic.
Yeah, we'll talk about if it stood the test of time.
This was a rental for you?
No,
Did
this
you
was,
feel
no,
this?
this was not a rental. This was my brother probably video recorded it when it played on HBO.
Oh, okay.
So this was up there with the.
You can watch it anytime you want.
Yeah, this is up there with his VHS cassette of heavy metal videos.
Yes, I've seen
Yes.
that. Very good.
Yeah, that was the.
Very entertaining.
That was the holy grail of the Sanikoff VHS collection. Was my brother used to videotape Headbangers Balls.
Yeah.
Headbangers balls.
Hair bands.
That is
Headbangers
that is a
Balls.
TV show, not actual Headbangers Balls. It wasn't just a montage of
That's
various
awesome.
80s balls. Yeah, I think we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the movie about? Who wants to tell that story?
Oh, it's young Dean Youngblood. He is
Who plays
farm
Youngblood?
farm boy played by Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe. The great Rob Lowe.
The beautiful Rob Lowe, the big star in 1986 Rob Lowe. He's the headliner. And if you see in the cover, Pat Swayze's in the background.
Pat Swayze.
Pat Swayze.
Wasn't Patrick yet.
No, he was just Pat
And
Swayze.
Keanu Reeves with
Yes.
the greatest,
Yes, Keanu Reeves in it.
the
French-Canadian
greatest
accents
French-Canadian accent, which you will hear a clip of it at the end of the podcast.
Yes,
So
I'm
if
I'm
anything,
sure we'll hear it. Yeah.
it's worth listening to whatever hour and a half
Just
of this
skip
podcast.
to the forward.
Unless you want to hear
hear-
Chris do his impersonation.
Yeah.
I gotta remember what he said now.
So-
Those guys, they're the fucking animals.
Yeah. Sacre bleu.
Yeah, it was.
I
I don't
scored
even-
the goal on me.
It was really.
It was-
Sacre bleu! It was really bad.
Oh.
His accent was awful, and he's Canadian, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
I
you
don't
know
know.
he's not French
I don't know if he's
Canadian.
He's
French.
not French
Canadian.
Canadian,
Those
but-
fucking guys, animals.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was a director's choice.
It was.
Awful.
It was.
They could have
amazing
put a
how
stop
bad
to that.
It was.
They weren't that committed to the
That was
character
his
where
first-
they needed to go full blown.
He only
Canadian
had
accent.
2 lines in the movie. That one and something else. He
Yes.
said.
Something about
That was it.
smashing the house.
They probably-
That's it.
They probably had more lines intended for him,
Ridiculous.
but I think after they heard that one,
Oh, yeah.
even though they never got it out of post, they
When
should have
Shout
cut it out of
Factory
post.
does the Blu-ray release, we'll
Yeah.
get those deleted scenes.
Yeah,
If
it
it's
was.
ever like a Criterion
it was-
selection.
Yeah, it was priceless how bad it was.
Yes.
But yeah, it was not. It was as I said, it was
It's
a very
coming in
full-
age story, I guess.
It was a very
Well,
formative movie for me.
Well,
He's a hockey player who doesn't know how to fight.
well, yeah, but he's
What an oxymoron. It's a,
but he's going into junior league hockey.
He's
That's the story.
he's
He's
skipping
a
high
farm boy
school.
from upstate New York who
He just skipped
going
high
to-
school and went to play hockey.
Yeah, totally missed out on
Which
his
is
senior.
still-
He didn't go to prom. He's a little upset about it.
Which that is in a very unrealistic movie. That is somewhat realistic.
Yeah.
There are a
He
lot.
didn't want
of
to be a phoner for all of his
No,
whole
there
damn
are a
life.
lot of
You
Canadians
don't wanna
that
shovel
didn't
manure,
finish high
so-
school.
No, lots. It doesn't mean you can't. You know, just because you don't
Yeah.
finish high school.
But the
you
odds
can't
are
be
against
a-
him, you know.
No, they
His
are.
older brother was in the junior
He lost
league
an
and
eye.
he lost an eye. So there's danger
His
here.
brother, his father throws it in his face.
Yeah.
We need you on the farm. I can't get losing an eye like
Yeah.
your brother over here. Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Dad.
Well, look what they did to Luke in Star Wars. You know, how many more seasons
No,
was he gonna have to do?
we need you,
All
Luke.
his friends have gone.
We need you to make more blue milk.
It's true. Like, way to let me live my truth, Dad. You know, let me live my
Yeah.
own voyage.
His dad was such a dick.
Right.
His brother wasn't much better.
Yeah, well, can we talk about the brother? His brother is a fake eye.
There's a fake eye.
And I know I probably made a bigger deal about it than both of you, but if you had the option of fake eye, would you go with the same colored eye, or would you Max Scherzer it?
Same color eye, but
Can we mention Max Scherzer? Standards in practice. Can we mention Max Scherzer? Okay, we can mention Max Scherzer.
Are we going to be held liable for anything?
Yeah.
Max Scherzer has a fake eye?
No, you've never
Oh.
noticed he has 2 different colored eyes.
Oh no, he's got cat eyes?
I don't know if they're
I
called
don't
cat
know.
eyes.
It's like husky. It's like a weird thing.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. There's actually a
didn't know
scientific
that.
term for it, not husky eyes, but we'll go with husky. We'll go with husky eyes.
Is that how the song goes?
But I think I would probably try to match the color of my eye. with
Yeah,
it.
you'd want to draw the least
Well,
amount of
I
attention
think he
possible.
didn't have a
You
real.
want to be married to the same
He
lady
didn't
for
have a
30 years
real
to be
fake
married to
eye.
that guy.
He didn't have a real fake eye, so they wanted to accentuate that you
Yeah.
could tell
Yeah.
that he
There
had a
has
fake
to
eye.
be
I
a way of doing
understand
that
that-
besides
listen,
a different color.
We get a guy with a
The,
fake
the
eye.
director's not getting a pass here. This is the same guy that did Wagons East.
Wagons East.
Yes.
Okay. We might be doing that.
And what's his name anyway?
Wagons
Director,
East, was
director
that-
is Peter Markle.
Wagons East, was that the movie that killed John Candy?
Yeah, that's the one he died.
Okay,
He died during. He didn't even finish.
Mhm.
Yes.
They didn't finish the movie with him.
So this is a real Brandon Lee the Crow
Yeah.
situation.
Kind
Yeah.
of, yeah.
And you want to know what's funny?
Real down. Real
Apparently-
John
down.
Candy
Real
plays a
down.
kung fu master in that too, huh? Okay.
And apparently, this director,
He's a student.
the director of this movie was so method that he actually worked on ice skates.
Ah.
Interesting. So the
Interesting.
director ice skated
Yeah.
during the movie.
Yeah,
Well, you want to be right in the action, you know?
Yeah.
Right in the scene.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
Youngblood.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah.
Youngblood.
I
You
mean, I guess
learn to
what else
love
happens-
and fight.
That's so
the
he's
problem.
he's a hockey
Yeah.
prodigy.
Yeah.
He's off the farm.
Lightning on the ice.
Like just
Yeah, he skates by everybody.
Gretzky-esque, we'll say.
Yes.
Just for
And
um
Rotten Tomato meter, we got 38%.
38%?
tomato
That's
meter.
low.
And the
That's
audience
low.
score liked it.
It's a fantastic
69%
film.
from the audience still liked it.
69% I feel is a
Like,
solid
I think
rating
that's
for
the real
audience.
score. It's
Yeah.
not that bad of a movie.
No.
It's pretty
On a
it's
scale of
watchable.
1 to 10,
It's alright
what are
movie.
you going to rate this movie?
I gotta give it about 6.5.
Yeah, right?
Alright.
5 being an average movie.
6 being,
So,
hey, I'll
si-
watch this again.
6.5, 7. It's a watchable. It's watchable. It's got that very 80s feel. Obviously, it is the 80s, but it's it's good.
It's
all
got
right.
that 80s ridiculousness to it. Where it's just
It's a little
everything
bit-
is exaggerated.
The
everything's
continuity
above-
is a little fucked.
Oh, well,
It's not great with
again,
that.
the guy that
The
directed
worst
Wagon
continuity.
Beast.
We'll talk
It's
about that.
not
in a
great
second.
about with that, but it's still Rob Lowe looks a little not like a hockey player so much.
No, their casting
No, he
choice
just-
for
he
him
looks
was
beautiful.
But
pretty
he's like
shitty.
he's a big star,
Yeah,
so they're
yeah.
gonna bring him
Well,
up.
Patrick Swayze, I thought he was alright.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a good looking hockey team.
Keanu's the only guy that actually had hockey experience.
And they put a mask over his face.
Yeah, I know.
He's the
And
goalie.
he's a good-looking person
Alright.
too, right?
Gun to your head.
He's still a brand new guy.
Right?
Gun to your head. Does it live up to my claim of best hockey movie of all time?
No,
Fuck all you guys.
No.
You know what? You know what?
it does not.
What do you
Slapshot
alright,
is better.
You think Slapshot's better?
Yeah.
You know, I think my only issue with Slapshot, I feel, does anybody else feel that it's just so fucking 70s?
It is.
For all
I
the
like
greatness
that.
of it,
So-
I like that. As a
it's like every room is dark
I
and
love
brown.
that. I
and
love
fucking-
that about
But
it.
see, conversely, people look at the 70s as the halcyon days of cinema. No one really thinks of the 80s
I know, no,
as
I
the
know.
glory days.
No,
You know,
I think the 80s is the most
Marty
enjoyable
Scorsese
era of
was-
complete trash ever to be put out. I'd
Yeah.
actually compared it to the 50s when they were putting out all those sci-fi.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great movies
Yeah.
in the 80s. It's both.
You get a good mixture, but I think
There's
the
a lot
80s
of great
is
movies
one
as
of
well.
the few eras where you could put out complete
People just-
craziness.
They were turning
and
shit
people
out
bought it.
too. They were turning
Yeah.
a lot of shit out. Well, then you had the big VHS market at that point, so it was
And
easier
more.
to pull movies out and just not even release them in theaters.
Yeah.
Everything had to be released at a drive-in in the 50s or a movie theater. There was no home video.
No, well, there wasn't, but it's still like, it's just you don't make Howard the Duck in any other era but the 80s.
that's true.
That's it.
It was in a movie theater. Someone went to Howard the Duck.
It was probably me. It's probably me and my dad.
Hey, son, we're going to see Howard the Duck today. Yay!
The only guy I ever saw lose his shit at the end of Back to the Future 2. Absolutely felt robbed when he found
Was
out
he
that they
bad?
had, because you know at the end
I
of Back
felt
to
robbed
the Future 2,
too,
they
actually.
show you the trailer
Yeah.
For
for
Back
Part
to the
3,
Future 3.
and he's just like sitting there in the audience with me, and he's like, they got the movie and they won't show it to us. He was so fucking mad.
I can tell hostage. They got the movie.
Yeah.
They won't show it to us.
He loves
Just
that
let
movie.
us watch it.
Alright, back on topic.
All
My
right,
friend
so
in-
we're
my
gonna
friend in
watch-
Oregon gets pissed.
So Slapshot better. I guess people can understand.
It is. You're gonna say Mighty Ducks 3?
No, fuck
No.
it. Honestly, I don't even think
I
I've watched
read this
after
movie.
Mighty Ducks 2. So even though I said this is the greatest
I
hockey
watched
movie
Mighty
of all
Ducks 2
time,
last night, and it was a fucking shit show.
the last hockey movie I saw was Mighty Ducks 2. I didn't see Goon. I didn't see Mystery Alaska. I didn't see The Hurt.
Yeah, I didn't see every hockey
Miracle.
movie either.
Yeah,
But
and
I'm pretty sure that Slapshot's still.
I'll
up
still-
there.
I'd say
I heard
Slapshot's the gold
There's
standard.
yeah, I'm sure Miracle and Mystery Alaska are very good.
The
Very
Slapshot.
good
Have
movie.
you seen Mystery Alaska? It's good.
No, I
Oh, it's
missed. I
enjoyable.
passed.
It's called. You like
I'm
that
sure
one,
it's a
right?
great movie. I'm
The
just going
FCC guy
on.
likes it.
I'm just going on Slapshot.
I'm still gonna say
No, Slapshot's probably the funniest.
Yeah.
I'd go with that.
It's a good movie. It's a solid movie.
But Goon is good too. If you had to check that
You know,
out.
Paul Newman
But
is
Youngblood.
just
Paul
he's a
Newman.
great actor. He's good salad dressing too.
Butch Cassidy.
But Slapshot
Good
didn't.
cereal.
Slapshot didn't influence my haircut choices for
No.
my whole life.
No.
Okay.
I think even now at this point, my hair naturally grows into a hockey mullet. So I just think that's how
You look like a
influential-
hockey player.
That's how influential this movie was.
Mike is actually our
Is that-
hockey
yeah,
expert.
I am the hockey
He's the only
expert.
one of us that actually.
That's
He
why
is
you
the
gotta
hockey
watch
expert
this
on the
movie.
panel today.
So he was here
Yeah.
to critique the movie and let us know what was.
Well, we had questions
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
certain things, and we
So we
went to
turned to
Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, can you answer that?
What?
Yeah. So
Would a hockey player fuck a woman that way? Oh no.
yeah, I was a little disappointed that my memory was incorrect. I really did think there was a sex scene on the Zamboni.
There should have been.
There should
I'm
have
surprised
been.
they didn't go that route.
I bet there's some other movie.
In
we're
edit,
missing.
let's just say there was, so people can listen to this, because whenever I describe this movie to anybody, because most people have never heard of this movie.
No.
When I mention a sex scene on a Zamboni, people definitely ears perk up to that.
Yeah.
Even though the logistics, I think we described the logistics of sex on a Zamboni is quite difficult.
Well, if it's still driving, you only got so much
no,
time before you hit the wall.
You're definitely driving. Why would you not be?
Well, 'cause, I mean, it's got that big flat surface.
I think
So,
Yeah.
you may just be having sex in the car if you're going to sit in the driver's seat.
logistically, I think only a hand job or a
You
finger
do a blowjob.
or a finger
Because
job.
you want to keep your
Yeah, I
eyes
guess
on
you
the
can blow a
boards.
job, but you have to
Yeah.
you have to be the driver during such
There's no fun and games here. This is Zamboni.
Yeah,
Kill
this
people.
This is serious.
Come on,
Go right
guys.
into the wall.
This is a thing
Fucking
that
Zamboni.
yeah.
Okay, we're
That's
going to
part
have
of ice hockey
comparisons
for
to
the
Division Quest here.
Well, no, I don't think.
We're
there
not
any
doing
comparisons?
that. We're not doing
We're not
that.
doing
just
that.
yet. We're
Okay.
waiting for Matthew to come back.
Alright,
it's better
alright.
than Vision Quest.
Yes. Because apparently
Okay.
we can't have Mike and Matt in the same room at the same
No, I
time.
can't. That
Nah,
guy.
he hates that guy.
I don't want that guy. That jerk.
I don't want any fist
That
fights
guy.
to break
This
out.
guy. I heard him. I heard him. Shots fired.
Yep.
This guy. This loser.
Sure, seen him.
This loser. He's got a
Watch the
loving
tape.
wife. Got a adorable kid. A second one on the way. What a
Yeah.
jerk.
Yeah, what a loser.
What a scum of the slum. Look at this guy. He's got a practical automobile. Well rated.
I heard he goes to the library a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
What
doesn't
a
even buy his
dork.
movies.
Rent some
What a
movies from the
dork.
library. What a
Yeah,
fucking.
it makes me feel bad because I
What
spent
a
$6,000 or
piece-
$7,000 on
What a
movies.
piece of shit. You got a nice house. This guy.
Shows me his Criterion collection.
Yeah,
It's all
this
fucking
fucking-
free. He tells me.
This
Meanwhile, I'm spending $30 for the Blob.
real jerk. Real jerk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that
I
guy.
don't want to talk about it. I'm going to get all steamed. Get all charged up about it.
Easy, Mike.
Whoa,
Easy.
whoa.
Jesus.
I want you
need
flying
him to
off the
come back.
handle now.
You know, he's got two nice parents. What a jerk.
How dare he?
What a douche.
How dare.
So the coach of this movie was good. I like
The
him.
coach sucked.
No,
The coach was like a fake, what do we call him? Fake Craig T. Nelson?
Look at
Well,
Craig
yeah.
T. Nelson. He did a right job. He has the look. I guess because he
He's
is
a character,
he is a
right?
goon. He's a former goon hockey player that you get the feel from. I could have definitely seen Craig T. Nelson nailing this role.
Oh, yeah.
But this guy I guess he has more the ugly hockey look.
Well, he was tough.
Craig
He's
T.
the
Nelson's
yeah.
a better looking fella.
Ed Lauder plays Murray Chadwick, which is the coach, and you'll know him from Gleaming the Cube. He's the father of Gleaming the Cube. Great film.
Is he the father?
He's the father of Gleaming the Cube.
Okay. With Christian Slater's father, right? Alright.
I took notes, yeah.
I had an option back when
He's
that
also-
came out. You want to see Gleaming the Cube or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
I think you made the right choice.
I saw Bill and Ted's Excellent
Bill and
Adventure.
Ted's way better, yeah.
It's a bedroom better film, however, Gleaming the Cube is
I think
It's a
I'd even
fine
take
movie.
Bogus
Yeah.
Journey over Gleaming the Cube.
No,
I like bonus.
I don't think Bogus Journey is as bad as people make
no,
it.
I don't.
I like that
I don't
movie
think
a
it is
lot.
either.
It is-
I
yeah,
just
it's a
think
good
that
sequel.
Gleaming
For a
the Cube
movie
is
as
better.
ridiculous as
You
the
like
first.
Gleaming the Cube, right, Mr. FCC?
Everyone likes skateboarding tricks, right?
Who doesn't like it?
That's what it is.
I mean, who doesn't love
it's
the
just a
end of the
movie.
when he's like,
Put skateboarding tricks
he's
in.
like when he chooses the wheels, and the one guy's like, "Nah, man, these are made for the road. All these are faster." He's like, "Exactly."
yeah.
There is something relaxing about skateboarding.
Yeah.
'Cause
Because you can't do it, but it looks so relaxing.
Yeah,
It looks really cool. It's like
No,
gymnastics.
I have a scar on my head from when I
That's-
tried to do the great skateboard trick of 1989.
Oh, what did you attempt an ollie?
I tried to do like a flip while I was on the board.
A kickflip?
No,
Or
like a flip on
flip.
the board.
A whole
and
flip.
and the board hit me in, like right here. And
Right in your eye.
Well, you may have actually invented
horrible.
a trick.
Eye
I've
horrible.
never seen that.
Oh no, it wasn't. Listen,
Invented a trick.
I think you invented something.
I just got finished watching Rad. I couldn't do bike tricks, so I got a skateboard.
I mean, I've never seen anyone attempt
Have you
that.
seen Rad, Mike?
You seen Rad?
It's been. I
Fantastic
feel like.
film.
Alright, well, next time you guys have me over.
It's like
Fantastic.
a nice Chianti.
It's Rocky on a BMX bike.
All these movies are like Hoosiers ripoffs.
No, but all of these.
There's a few of
movies-
these sports movies that came out and they're basically underdog stories or just some kind of, coming up from the grips of shit.
Yeah, I guess we should talk.
And they did a lot of this. I don't have names. This is just from the top of my head. There's like a fucking bicycle racing movie, and it's like Dennis Quaid's in it.
Yeah.
And it's like this. Like, who the fuck wants to watch bicycle racing though? It's not even BMX bikes.
Like
not BMX. No. Well, there's tricks
BMX
in that.
bandits.
I'm talking about like those old '80s bikes with the fucking hook handles. And the skinny wheels. There's a tennis movie like this. Like,
so
tennis
far,
is badass.
So far to date, the worst sports movie, most boring sports movie I've seen is probably Victory with Stallone and Michael Caine.
Victory. I'm not familiar with that movie.
Okay, they play soccer in that movie.
Yeah.
And it's terrible.
Is it a bad? I mean, so I think this is a good topic. I don't know. We've already gone way off.
Oh, we're
way
off
off
the rails.
task here.
I
But
don't
I think
care.
I
We've already lost a subscriber.
I'm doing whatever I want.
Yeah, I think a good list. I don't know if we want to do it this movie.
Yeah,
but
we
I
can
think,
do a list.
I think because
We don't
I
have
feel
a lot
like
of
your
topics.
I feel like your NES list was solid.
All right,
Really?
cool.
I
I thought
was really-
we thought we were going to hate it.
I love it, and
That was a
thank you
struggle.
for giving props to me about Mega Man.
Yeah,
I probably would have put
my favorite
I probably would
description
have put
of
Mega
the
Man
game.
number one just because my
Yes.
own, my
It was
own.
my- Whatever, it was my favorite
judgment,
description
but
of
yeah,
the
that
game.
was always my favoritism. But I know I definitely understand why you put Super Mario Bros. I thought it was a very solid list.
Yeah, that's actually his favorite. Mine's actually Legend of Zelda. But
No, and I understand where Super
But
Mario Bros. And Legend.
it's-
we were compromising.
splitting
on
hairs.
that.
If I'm playing one, it could be number one. And
I
it's interchangeable.
I would
to a
only put
degree.
Mega Man over Castlevania. I think that was the only thing. I thought Metroid
Okay.
everything else.
Fair enough.
But and I also thought Mega Man 2 was my favorite Mega Man.
Yeah, no, I think everybody's Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3 is the
Yeah.
general consensus.
Yeah,
right?
that's Mega Man 2 is one of that's
Yeah.
why it's on the NES class because it's I guess the
Yeah.
Mega Man was actually up for the part
One of the
of Dean
pinnacle games.
Youngblood, but
Lost
it.
oh,
Yes.
the Blue Bomber.
last
Yeah.
few minutes.
But no, I think having a list of the best movie in every sport.
We could do.
Are we ready to
We'd
talk
have to
hockey?
really
We were-
research that.
Well, we
We
already-
talked about tennis.
I don't know what.
I don't
the
know
best
any
series
of tennis.
this is
No,
an
I couldn't
80s.
go every sport.
I know that the
This is
movie
an 80s.
Jocks is.
I don't even know the name of the tennis movie.
This isn't
I just-
80s, but HBO had a movie 7 Days in Hell recently
Yeah.
with
7
Andy
Days in
Samberg
Hell.
and the guy from Game of Thrones,
FCC guy gives it a thumbs
which
up.
is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So anyone who hasn't seen 7 Days of Hell, it came out last year. It is
7 Days of Hell.
7 Days Out. It
What-
is
it's
one
a-
of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Was it a short? Was it a
It's
little series?
it's an hour long. It's
Okay.
a little bit more than an hour long. It's about Jon Snow, and well, not Jon Snow's character, but the actor that plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones plays Andy Samberg's character, who was like the adopted brother of the Williams sisters, in a match that lasts in a match that lasts 7 days, and it is one of the funniest. So I think this is something we can talk about in a later date. But I feel like
No, that'd be a good
since
topic.
I appreciate your
We're gonna
list making
revisit
skills,
this.
I feel like
So-
we'll have to talk more about
Back to Youngblood real quick. So,
We've
Back
so
to
we're,
Youngblood real
we're
quick.
way off here.
that's
off.
all right. We're going tangent.
That's
So, would this be a movie you'd want in your collection? Would we recommend it?
young. Oh yeah.
I don't
Definitely.
like putting whole numbers on movies sometimes.
No.
And I can put a number
No.
on it, but watch it. Watchable. In your collection. This is
Absolutely.
yeah.
No, this is
Especially if you like hockey.
Listen,
Hockey.
If somebody was looking to
you're
get a
definitely-
list
you
of
should
good
own
hockey
this.
movies, I think this is definitely.
yeah, it's in
What
the
else is
conversation.
There's this. There's Slapshot, and there's the new movie Goon. That's it.
Yeah, and I think
There's a few others, but yeah.
All right, fine. Mighty Ducks.
fuck Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
At least one of
It's a
them.
kid's movie.
You'd have to put it up there
It's
in
alright.
terms of popularity wise.
Yeah.
Like, it's
If you like hockey, you like sports movies, I'm not a big hockey fan, but I can still enjoy
But
the
I think
movie.
you said
Yeah.
you're still an enjoyable
Yeah.
movie, even if
Yeah,
you
but
don't
you're also
like
it's-
anyone
it's
who
great.
likes
It's-
competitive
it's
sports
cool
can
movie to
enjoy
watch.
any.
You like Rob Lowe, you like Pat
Yeah.
Swayze. You're
Just
watching
like Pat
this
Swayze.
movie.
Who doesn't like him?
I don't know who doesn't. I don't want to meet a guy or a person who doesn't like Pat Swayze.
Nobody's as smooth as Swayze.
He has a hell of a roundhouse kick.
Unfortunately, not displayed in this movie. There's
No. No, but
No.
the whole making.
if I were to make a critique, I would say the lack of roundhouses in this
Yes.
movie would be one of them.
It gets 6.5 roundhouses.
Yes.
Yeah,
Continuity on this movie is god awful.
yeah.
That's the
you have
the
to look
biggest,
past
that's one of the
the
biggest
fact
weaknesses
that,
in this movie.
Yeah, the
It's-
timeline is there's a
all
bunch
over
of
the place.
alternate
It's all over the place.
1986s in this movie.
Yeah, I think let's get back to this. So Farm Boy, he goes to a tryout for a junior hockey team,
Yes.
which his dad's against because his older brother tried out and he got hurt.
And middle season, and he lost.
Yeah, in the middle of the
it's
season.
in the middle of the season. Yes.
This is how rough and rugged this
Yeah.
league is. That people are
It's like
just
the Durham Bulls.
looking to find young
They're only
boys
picking one
off
guy
of
up.
farms. Yeah, and so he does a tryout. He does well. He gets
Yeah.
on.
But it's between
Gets
him
on-
gets
and
on the
another
team.
guy, but the other guy's more of like a goon.
There's
Yeah.
a goon. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's,
He gets hazed. He makes the
Alright,
team.
He makes the team. The goon doesn't make the
Obviously, he
team.
makes the team.
But you know
Yeah.
the goon's coming
But
back.
you'll see the goon later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, he's got to get jumped into the new hockey gang.
Yeah, they got a
But
gang.
it's
they
almost
shave
like
his
he's
balls.
played hockey all by himself his whole
Yes,
life.
yeah.
He doesn't know what. Like,
He gave you the
he's
scene
just
in the
real-
beginning, though,
He's
showing
just
you that
he's
he's not
like
a-
he's like almost like a circus performer in hockey, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna make you play hockey. You know what I mean? Like he's just fast and score goals, and like you forget about all the details of just roughness and fighting. Like he would never have come through that ever. Like you have to learn how to fight at the end. There's a whole montage of him learning to fight, and it's like, what?
I'm
This
trying to
doesn't
think
make
of
any
reasons
fucking-
why they.
How could he
they
have
thought
no?
Is he so fast that he's never been touched
That's
before?
what I'm saying.
Yes,
Is that
I
what
would,
it
I
is?
would, I would go with that.
Right?
Is
Like,
that
He
he
just
didn't-
protected his whole
he
life.
didn't need
It
to fight.
seems.
and
They-
that happens in hockey.
Because
His
they're
older
going
brother
through,
was
they're
fighting
going
his
through his
battles for him.
stats, and they go some other league. I guess
Scored like
he's like
91
92
goals.
goals. How does not some goon? There's always a goon. Pee wee hockey, whatever. There's always a goon. Come on, there's always someone. You gotta bust that kid up. He's running, making circles.
You gotta bust
He's
that
making
kid
a
up.
fuck yeah. You gotta bust him up. He's making jokes out of us. Someone hit his ass. Put him on the ground.
Just
When I-
went totally Chuck D on
When
the
I played
microphone.
JV hockey, the
That's
goon.
Clubber Lang. He's gonna bust
Oh,
you
okay.
up. Bust you up.
Bust you up.
When I played JV hockey, the goon was a lady.
What?
Well, isn't that a turn of
It was a
things?
girl named Maria. Yes,
Turn
and
of
she was a
events.
goon. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who was it?
Her name was
Marla
Maria.
Hooch.
Maria, yeah.
Maria Hooch?
Maria.
I don't know her last name.
Like
so
a
we're
garbage
gonna go
truck.
Maria.
Maria
Oh,
Hooch.
oh,
Her
oh,
name now is
oh,
Maria Hooch.
Yeah.
Alright, well, anyway, so he makes
Did she
the
bust
fucking
you up,
team.
Mike?
Well, we're on the same teams, but in
Okay.
practice, she did. She did lay
She
me out one
she
time.
laid you out?
Yeah, I didn't keep my head up, and I got.
I had to know that.
Yeah.
Is this like a real story, or is this like
No,
Johnny
this is
found
true.
two guys jerking
This-
off in the movie, dude?
I never saw that.
Okay.
That's you guys. Oh, are we talking about that where where I accused these two guys
Yes.
of doing
That's
it,
a
and they
whole
were.
other thing.
I wish I was that good that I knew that was going to happen. That was pure chance.
I thought that was real till like
best
5
story
years
ever.
ago.
No, that is. We'll talk
We gotta
about
talk
it.
about
I
that
can
story
talk
another
about
time.
it, but it
Alright,
is.
let's say, I guess.
So we gotta say-
We can talk about it now since
Well,
you
we
brought
go
it,
ahead.
but it's the
Right.
We
greatest.
gotta explain it from the beginning then.
All right, newsflash for our video users: I didn't get laid a lot in high school. I guess you can probably see that in the audio users too. But instead of having sex, I prank called a lot. Same thing.
Oh, it's just as good.
So you got
Yeah.
you got off on that?
No, yeah, I mean, I came on the phone, yeah, so it was
Okay.
fine. But
A short phone call.
sure.
You
What are
know
you
all
trying?
about that.
What are you trying to say here?
No.
What are you trying to say here? I didn't do tantric prank calls. I wasn't like Sting. I wasn't like Sting, just fucking
No,
just
prank
orgasming,
phone calls are usually as
orgasming
short
for
as high
17
school
minutes
sex.
while I was pranking people. But one of my characters was I'm not gonna do it justice because I can't commit to it, but it was a movie theater manager by the name of Ron Roberts, who was actually one of my friend's fathers.
Ron Roberts?
It was my attempt at doing an African American voice.
That's what it was?
Yes.
So you were a Southern gentleman.
No, Ron Roberts,
Oh,
and I called somebody's house and I said, if I catch your son getting masturbated in one of my movie theaters one more time, I'm gonna call the police. He had his dick in the popcorn, which was before the Chappelle show.
Yes.
This is in the 90s.
Well, it was a joke then
You're
too.
fine,
yeah.
Yes, that popcorn joke.
But long story short,
Dick
so
in the
the
popcorn.
joke was that I caught one kid getting jerked off by another kid because he had his dick in the popcorn bucket. And
Cut a
I
hole
caught
in the
him,
bottom.
and they used the butter as lubricant and all that stuff, and he wasn't going to be allowed to be in the movie theater if I caught him again. But it was just serendipitous the fact that these two kids were in the movies at the time I called their mother.
Wait,
to complain about
he called the kids that he knew, kids we knew in high school.
Yeah,
so he knew these people he was calling, so he called the kid's house, and
Yes.
they just happened to be at the movie theater that night.
That was by chance. I did not know that they were in the movies.
That's great, though.
But it's amazing that story really stuck.
It did. I thought it was real.
That was not real.
Until a few years
That's
ago.
amazing that people thought that was real. Though
So it wasn't real.
No, it wasn't real. I
thought it was a real story, man.
No, it wasn't real. The story is real that you did call them and they were at the movie theater. Yes,
and
that part's real. Them jerking off was not real.
Yeah, and it was a solid prank to begin with. I was happy with
it
that
was
phone
great.
call
It was
after I made it.
embarrassing
I was like, that's a
parents.
funny character. We talked about getting jerked off in the movie theater with a dick in the popcorn. I was like, solid, good job, Mike. Solid prank call. And I also had friends that were prank calling with me. I didn't do this by myself, so I wasn't talking to myself. But I feel like other people said it was a solid prank.
That's
it
a solid prank.
That's one of my
But we didn't find out till Monday.
Till Monday when we were back in school.
We were back in school and we found out that this was a major to-do, that the mother went to the movie theater fully convinced that this happened.
Wasn't you mentioned
You ruined some kid's weekend.
wasn't it like it was two kids that you knew?
Yes, it was
and
two
those two
kids.
kids were at the movie theater. It wasn't just one
Exactly.
of them. See, what are the fucking odds that it wouldn't just be one? It was both of them that were friends. You knew they were friends, fine, and they would both be at the movie
Oh, I didn't
theater
even
the
know these
same
kids.
day.
I prank called them because I didn't like the one kid's older brother.
Yeah. And the weird part was that they were at the movies watching Youngblood.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't. They were,
Trying
you
to
know
get
what
us
though? They
back
were
on
watching.
topic.
They were watching Varsity Blues.
Yes. I believe that.
That is a little
They were watching
that is a
Varsity
little
Blues,
homoerotic.
which
Yes.
was one of my favorite football movies of all time.
Oh, it was great.
I loved Varsity.
I actually went to see that with our FCC guy here. We were there the same night. I think. Did you sit by yourself that night? Was that the night that the theater was so packed?
Yes, I said
There was
you
a
guys
few
can
times
go.
when we were in high
I
school.
said you guys can fuck
Right?
yourself.
Yeah, because you don't want to sit in the bad seats, and you went. Yeah, I remember that. Man.
But there's a little bit of carryover because Youngblood, Rob Lowe in the beginning of the movie was like, I don't want to be a
Similar.
farmer for the rest of my
No,
life.
I don't want to shovel in the
And then
north.
here Vanderbeek was like, I don't watch your life.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a great,
Yes,
great
yes,
impression
oh,
of
yeah.
Vanderbeek.
I don't want to sit around drinking
Yeah.
beer talking about football.
Yeah, so I think
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a.
I want to live on a creek,
theme.
goddammit.
That's a real theme.
Full
That's
circle,
a theme
yeah.
of real life. Though.
Yeah.
No one wants to
We
do
can
what
go,
their
we
dad
can go
does.
off the rails, but we'll find our way back.
yeah, no one wants to
Eventually.
do what their dad was, but
No one
then
wants to do what their dad
Nobody
does all
wants
the
to do
time.
that.
yeah, but then conversely, my dad was way more successful than I've been so far in my life. So I feel
That's
like
alright. All of our parents are better than we
yeah,
are.
that's kind of weird, right?
We got a tough
that
generation.
movie trope's really
Yeah.
full of bullshit, huh?
Some of them are true.
But all right, so so let's get back to Youngblood. He makes the team. We're introduced to the goon. He kind of has some. He gets a weird initiation.
Yes,
Yeah.
he gets
As we
It's
said,
obvious that
he gets
Patrick Swayze's character is
shaved.
the leader.
shaved by the team, and when I mean shaved,
Derek Sutton. is
he
Patrick
gets
Swayze's
pubically shaved.
Yeah, which is so fucking weird, man.
It's one of
is
these.
weird.
It's kind of a trope with locker rooms and boys'
In the
locker
80s,
rooms.
right?
A little homoerotic
Yeah.
antics. You know, like,
It's-
we just watched
Last
American
Round of
Version, and
That's
they're
what
measuring
the locker room
cocks.
scenes,
yeah,
man.
it's so weird.
I don't get it.
And
man.
this didn't happen in my locker room
No.
when I went to gym class.
Not at all.
I didn't even get in my underwear.
No.
Well, we'll talk about it in a second. But before we get to this digression, first of all, he shaved him with a with a
Yeah.
straight razor.
The most dangerous
Which-
of razors.
And think about it, this is the 80s. This is not the fucking 50s. There were disposable Bics
Yes, there was.
at that time.
But there probably wasn't
There
any
were-
moisturizing strip.
Moisturizing.
No, there wasn't any moisturizing, but I think they had shaving
You'd be
cream
itchy as
involved.
hell.
They definitely
Had
had
a
bar-
rash.
You know
Yeah,
they
they
shaved
had a
them
can
with
of
like
Barbasol.
menthol fucking...
Barbasol, the
Barbasol.
official sponsor
Yeah.
of Video Rangers.
Yes.
They
And
mentioned
now
this?
we've got a new sponsor.
Yeah.
We are no longer sponsored by Rolling Rock because of some issues with last week's episode. We are now sponsored by Miller High Life.
Yes, I'm gonna change my oil.
Yes.
When
You got the
once this
time,
is over.
we got the
It's a
beer.
side-
Yes,
it's a
best,
champagne
that's the
beer.
best tagline I ever heard.
Mhm.
And my tagline for
Nothing better than
Barbasol.
a full fridge though of High Life.
Miller High
It
Life.
does look great,
Yeah,
doesn't
it does. It really
You have like 100
It
bottles in
glistens.
there. Like, Like Tom Hanks when he's on vacation.
It is the champagne of beers.
It is.
And I think, just to go back to Barbasol, I think a good tagline for Barbasol that they've never used is adequate to shave your face with,
But gentle enough.
great to deface your neighbor's house with.
Yes, that's a good one.
Barbasol was
the official vandalism
Barbasol was the go-to Halloween.
You gotta take the top off, you burn it.
Remember the burn with the needle?
You burn with the needle. And
to make it shoot further?
You draw shit, you destroy it, you put... Oh, that's a great
They
time.
didn't do that.
Great time.
They didn't
Great
do
time.
That. But there is a weirdness.
You weren't doing that with Gillette gel.
No, not at all.
No.
No. Comes out.
I remember a kid that had the Gillette gel and was shooting blue shit on me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What are you doing?
But, so...
Shit doesn't even make sense, B.
It turns into fucking foam like 6 seconds later.
So fucking Dean Youngblood makes the team. He goes back to the
Dean
Youngblood. I don't fucking know.
This is amazing.
Dean Youngblood.
Dean Youngblood goes back to the, he makes the team and then he gets like a house or he gets a place to stay.
He gets a place to stay,
Yeah.
like minor,
Yeah.
league,
Like a minor
league sports.
They got like a whole house for the team, basically.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
doesn't get drafted to go to NHL. This is junior league Canadian hockey, which would be like A-ball, A-ball for baseball.
Yeah. And he goes back and there's a house mother and who's like basically like the landlord basically, but she's like
House mother,
she
yeah.
fucks all the new players. She's
Pretty
basically
much.
Susan Sarandon from Bull Durham, but
More or
not
less.
as involved.
And
She's
keeps
only,
her-
she's
She
only
had
in a
two
little
scenes. She
bit.
had two
Yeah,
scenes.
that
The
was
first
it,
scene when
right?
they meet, she has sex with him, and then she catches him fucking coach's daughter.
Yeah.
and keeps all the hockey cards.
Yes.
Yeah, she got a
She
deck
keeps
of them.
pictures
It's
of all
nice.
the.
Her starting lineup.
It's nice
I've
that
straightened out each and every one of these
6'3",
guys.
250 pounds.
Yeah, the way
Oh.
she's saying it.
Yeah,
like,
it's
Well,
nice she
love
re-
and life.
It's nice she
Oh.
remained a fan.
yeah.
Even
She's a
after,
big fan.
even after they moved on to
He
green
plays for the
pastures.
Rangers, but he used to play for me.
So, they all, she was big into tea.
Yeah, she
Which
loved it.
is funny
She went
'cause-
through a huge process to make the tea.
Yeah, and I had never lived in Canada. We might have one Canadian viewer, maybe two.
Possibly.
But, I think they drink coffee in Canada. They
no.
really made up. I mean, the fact that there was the picture of the Queen on the ice rink, I've been a
Tea
Canadian
is a
enough.
British thing, though.
Yeah, but there's not pictures of Queen Elizabeth
no.
all over Canada.
I
there was.
that's something I was
How many times
curious
I've
about.
never.
'Cause I don't still understand what Canada is. Canada's a foreign place to me.
It's America's hat.
Canada's really not a foreign place. Canada, in a lot of ways, is just the United States
United
with different
States.
stores.
Canada's
it's
the
the same
smartest country.
It makes
equivalent.
so much sense.
Like,
when he says
there's no
that.
Barnes and Nobles. I think it's called an Indigo. So it's just like it's
shit.
it's slightly different.
Man down.
Canada's really smart. They put up the greatest fence in the world. They have America in front of them. They got none,
Can we talk
They
about
don't
how
deal
there
with
was,
anyone else.
Can we talk about there was a couple of reverse racist? What were they called?
They call them wetbags.
They called
Oh,
Dean
yeah,
Youngblood
Dean
a
Young,
wetbag.
a New Yorker going to Canada.
Yeah.
They call him a wetbag.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you had what else was the fuck?
Where'd you get these players from? Mexico.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get these players from Mexico
That's pretty
and
funny.
Yeah, so there's a lot.
Patrick Swayze with thank God there's still a sport for middle-sized white men or something
Yeah,
like
so
that.
there's
yes,
a little
that was that
racial-
one.
Boys, yeah.
couple racial stereotypes.
You do get Rob Lowe pretty shit-faced before the first practice. Though.
On
This is
tequila.
the first time he's ever got
Tequila.
drunk. That was a farm boy. Never
Yeah.
gotten drunk.
That's where the famous Keanu scene
Come
comes
on.
in. That's man. This
that
is
was-
man.
He's a fucking animal.
There was a lot of funny scenes in that. There was a
Yeah.
fake tooth in the Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
They put little gums
the
in
fact
there.
that they were all just doing the old trick of just throwing the shot behind them,
Yeah.
and then Rob Lowe-
Spending.
Yeah, spending
all that
money
money on liquor that they're
it's-
not drinking.
It's a good old time with the boys.
Wouldn't it have been
Team
funnier
bonding,
if they were just like, hey,
They-
fill these shot glasses up with water
Yeah.
and fill his up with vodka or tequila, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it is?
No, it wasn't very.
Would have been a little bit more economic.
No,
that's all I'm
it's
saying.
all along. It's a fun movie to watch.
Yes.
It's a fun little sports movie.
No, I like this.
I feel like
movie.
it's a movie you could watch on a
it's a
rainy weekend
alright
and
movie.
completely
But-
enjoy.
The whole time you're just watching Rob Lowe, who's this fantastic talent that can't fucking fight for shit.
And just a
And he's
beautiful
just getting,
face.
yeah, beautiful face.
Such a beautiful.
That's,
a beautiful
he keeps
man.
getting pummeled as the movie goes, but he forms this bond with Patrick Swayze, and then he starts banging the coach's daughter, who's a Zamboni driver.
But see, and I was wrong because in the beginning I was like, Rob Lowe's way more attractive than this girl. She's an attractive lady.
Oh, the
Jesse Chadwick,
the cover
played by
doesn't do her
Cynthia
justice.
Gibbs. Also in Short Circuit too.
On the cover of the DVD, not the DVD, but on the menu, it showed a picture of her, her and Robbo, and it didn't do her justice.
Didn't do her justice.
We were like, oh man, he's like, he looks way. She doesn't look that great at all. And then the movie comes on, like, oh, all right, she's pretty good looking.
Yeah,
she's a good looking girl.
Not a bad looking lady.
No, she's a pretty lady.
We got a solid butt shot, as again I said, a big.
Oh, sexy.
My big complaint is not a lot of. As I said, not a lot of butts represented in the 80s.
No, but this movie gave. What's this rated? We got tits and ass in this movie, and two sex scenes. What's
officially rated?
Rated R.
It's rated R.
It's rated R.
It's rated R. Yeah, there is a rating on this.
All right, it's 100. It's an hour and 50 minutes long.
I'm surprised it's rated R.
I think it made like 13 million.
It is a sexual scene with boobs. I guess so. And, was there a lot of cursing in it? I can't remember.
There wasn't a lot of cursing, but there was more sex than cursing, I feel like, in it.
If this movie was made today, it'd be PG-13.
No,
they wouldn't have the tits in it.
They would have made it. I'm saying they would have made it PG-13.
So
if they made a similar movie about hockey and young, it wouldn't have been rated R.
I will say
they would have toned it down.
Considering the movie's rated R and considering the quality of the movie, it seems like a bad choice to make that movie rated R because I don't think you're going to get enough people to.
It's a fine little movie. I'll tell you that.
It's not. You know what I mean?
I've never seen it. I came in fresh, but I like it. It was a good movie.
I still think to this day that if you make a sports movie the right way, you'll get that kid audience. Which is really more important because they grow up with the movie. They're the ones that go out and buy it and rewatch it a million times. I see a movie now, a sports movie comes out now for me, I don't fucking enjoy it half as much as I would have when I was 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's just me. But, so where are we at? I lost my place.
I guess it was interesting. Yeah, as I said,
just wrapping it up.
Well, no, we're in the middle still, right?
Yeah, we're still in the middle.
He's scoring goals.
Our conversation is just as bad as the continuity. The continuity of our conversation is just as bad as the continuity.
This was written into the show.
Yeah.
We did this on purpose.
We're not this bad.
But he becomes a stud.
He gets kicked off the team.
Well, he quits.
That's later. That's way later.
Oh, where were we telling?
No, we're still in the middle. He just made the team. He just banged the coach's daughter.
He banged the coach. The coach also kind of hazed them. He kind of
coach was a little upset with him
in practice.
Yeah, and I think
he's trying to motivate him.
We got to go back. I think do we want to talk about the locker room scene some more, or we want to?
I think that when we talk about the trash of film, that's when we're at our best. So let's go back to that locker scene.
All right.
Fuck you, guy in Oregon.
Yeah, you know a guy in Oregon. I mean, it's not like you act like you're too busy to listen to 90 minutes. That extra half hour. What are you doing that extra
We're gonna talk for 2 hours.
Yeah.
FTC guy's hungry.
No, so I mean we talk about that it's a trope 80s hijinks in the locker room.
Yes.
A lot of homoerotic hijinks.
I mean, not only did they shave his balls, but
held
his dick for
held down. Yeah. Imagine being held down with 7-8 people watching you get your dick get shaved.
Yeah.
Fucking strange.
It's strange. And
if you were to get your dick shaved,
that's like
you would better
really.
Got,
and like at that point, they're just gonna do that. That's all it's gonna be. You're just gonna hold still. You don't want them to fucking cut you or something. You know what I mean? You're be fit. You know what I mean? If you're trying to get away, you don't want to get cut. One way or another.
But how do you calm yourself down from the idea that this guy's not totally gonna slice your fucking scrotum?
Well, shit. As I'm saying, he could generally just kill you if he wanted to. You cut your balls off, you bleed out.
Scrotum bleeds.
You could castrate you.
Scrotum.
You bleed
what
out.
What do you think's in there? It's a sack.
But
I don't know. Jizz.
In the sack.
It is, yeah, no, it is pretty strange. I totally lost.
Are we okay over there? Are we allowed to talk this way? Jesus Christ. Damn censorship.
But
what are you doing?
Oh, you know what I thought was interesting is they made a joke and they go, "Oh, well, this isn't gonna take a long time at all," which I believe is an allusion saying he has a little dick.
Yeah.
But they're shaving him, which doesn't really make any sense. The size of a guy's dick doesn't matter how much you're shaving.
Bush isn't that bad. He didn't have a
big
bush.
So really, it doesn't have.
Basically saying he had tiny balls. I'm assuming.
Maybe. Is that what it could be?
But tiny balls would not indicate that you have a small scrotum.
It could have been cold. They're in a hockey rink. it's very obvious. It's very realistic that your scrotum.
If you're gonna shave somebody, you have to touch them.
Yes.
You couldn't just.
Yeah, you're lifting the wang.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. You're like lifting and.
Oh, you think they really do the balls? I just thought they did.
When you shave, you have to tighten. You have to tighten areas to actually shave.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you're lifting up folds.
You're pulling and pushing.
Dude, I shaved my balls like 2 nights ago. It's a process.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
It's not easy.
Maybe they didn't do a good job, but then he's getting cut up. He's got blood all over his sack.
Exactly, and he's itchy, and he's. Who goes straight razor? I use like a beard trimmer.
Yeah, and who wears? Can we talk about what we're talking about? Who wears a jock strap with underwear underneath it?
What's with this trend of movies where if you're wearing a fucking jock strap, you're not wearing anything with it? So your ass is just
here's a theory.
Yeah. Like you're not gonna chafe when you're sweating that much.
Pat Swayze's a little gay. He does bring over a lady at the bar, and he just pranks her. He just pranks her. He's the one
calling Patrick Swayze gay.
In the movie.
He's
the shaver.
Not like
he's enjoying this.
Swayze.
When there is a woman involved, he just pranks her. He doesn't want anything to do with her.
Listen, Patrick Swayze is more of a man than I'll ever be.
Oh wow! You just basically roundhouse kicked me into the window.
Who do you know who can dance and?
He's a man's man who's also a lady.
I mean, this guy can seduce people in the afterlife.
Yeah, exactly. And he can sculpt pottery.
He is a good look. Incredible. Okay, I'm just saying, just for this movie, maybe he got some erotic fantasies about men.
I don't think he had.
You're fired.
Yeah. I feel like this is
fired.
I feel like that.
I founded this show.
I guess next week that's gonna completely. We're getting into another move theory that's
gonna
be completely debunked in future episodes. But we bring back.
No one likes the Swayze's gay theory. Okay.
Yeah, but we.
What's next?
I'm
gonna go ask them out.
Was there butt stuff involved?
Butt stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they shaved his ass like fucking.
I don't know if they went
like a Breakfast Club.
You know what though? They would have been there forever because like think of the era. He had fucking thick fucking never.
Well, he had his jock strap on when he ran out. You can see. I think his bush was hanging.